when we learn how to not only endure the process, but to enjoy the process, that is when the magic starts happening, because we're no longer only focused on the product, we're focused on what we're doing right now in this moment to get us to the product. And when we get to the product is gonna be that much more rewarding. What's up everybody, Brittany here, and welcome back to my channel, the place where together we are just trying to figure this life shit out so that we can live the best lives that we possibly can. If you are new here, welcome to the family. I love making new friends, and I really want this to be a place where everyone feels seen and heard, so I am so glad that you are here. Today's video topic is something that I know a lot of people struggle with, and I really want to try to help ease some of that struggle by giving you some tips to help combat the negative energy that you feel around this particular topic. Working out or getting some form of physical activity is extremely important, not only for our physical well-being, but for our mental well-being. And I really do believe in a mind over matter mentality. And while I know that there are limitations to our bodies as individuals physically, I really believe that the hesitation often comes from where we're mentally at with the subject. So if you're new to working out, or you've thought about working out before and you've never been able to follow through with it, this video is going to be for you, because I'm going to be sharing some things that have really helped me along the way to change my mentality around working out so that it benefits me not only mentally but physically as well. If any of what I just said resonated with you, then stick around, because we're going to get right into the video now. I wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory about myself and my journey with fitness, because I haven't always been where I am mentally with fitness and working out and eating the foods that are good for me and all of that stuff. But I used to play sports as a kid. I played so many sports. I played softball, basketball, soccer. I never really had to worry about working out when I was a kid because, one, my metabolism was insane. I was so small. And two, I was just so physically active already that it wasn't something that I ever had to worry about. I loved sports and playing sports growing up. And then once I got into college, I ended up giving up sports to pursue theater, which I'm really grateful for. But it did kind of knock my physical activity level down a little bit because I wasn't naturally doing the physical activity in my daily routines anymore. I was still an active person, but I never engaged in really any kind of sports activity or activity that would really get me going, except for when I started to take dance when I was in college. Now, dance is no joke. I really kind of underestimated dance before I got into it and I started taking classes, and then I realized how much it takes, how much endurance and just physical strength and balance and coordination it takes to be a dancer. So when I started taking dance, I was really glad that I had all those years of sports training and coordination development and everything else that came along with playing sports for so many years, because I do think it really helped me when it came to dance. But dance was something totally new and different for my body, and I learned so much when I started taking dance about my body and my physical abilities. When I moved to New York, I started to discover that I really needed to be in tip-top physical shape if I wanted to do the jobs that I wanted to do to the best of my ability. And so I started going to the gym. I was going to the gym a little bit before I moved to New York, but it was never consistent, and I'll explain why in a little bit. I started going to the gym in New York, and initially when I started going to the gym, yes, I was doing it because I knew that I needed to be in a certain physical condition to do the jobs that I wanted to do. But in the back of my brain, I was saying, I want to look a certain way, instead of saying, I want to feel a certain way. And that brings me to the first tip that I want to offer you. And I want to see that you guys start changing your language around working out and physical fitness and health and wellness. Instead of saying, I want to look this way, how about we start saying, I want to feel this way? Because bottom line is that's what it's all about, is feeling a certain way. You know, the quote where everybody says, look good, feel good. Well, it should really kind of be feel good, look good, because that energy resonates off you. I'm a really big energy person, so the energy that you have from feeling good is what resonates the most. And then the looks and the physicalities and the way your body alters just comes with it. But if you focus on feeling good rather than looking good, you're gonna get results way more often than if you're just worried about how you look or what parts of your body are getting smaller. Another way I want you guys to think about changing your language, and it doesn't even just have to be around fitness and health and wellness, but it's anything that you want in life. I find that oftentimes we will see something that we want, or we'll see somebody that went on a vacation, or we'll see somebody that has a beautiful car or house or anything like that, and we'll say, man, I wish I had that. Instead of saying, man, I wish I had that, how about we say, man, how do I get that? By changing wish or want to how, we then start to create an action plan around what we desire so that we can take steps to getting there instead of just looking at it from the outside. We're all capable of getting the things that we want if we just talk to ourselves and say, how can I do this? Because that's what we need to be doing. We need to be asking ourselves how, not, man, yes, that's what I want. Man, I wish I had that. No, how can I get that? Because it's possible. It's out there. You just have to go after it, and you have to take the steps to go after it. And then you start to think about the ways that you can start to form consistently in your plan ways to be able to start working out so that you feel good mentally and physically. Back to that, it's all about mentally feeling good so that it goes and flows through the physical. I can't express to you how much changing the language around what you're thinking about matters. Internally, externally, change it up, because obviously whatever you're doing at this moment is not working for you if you're not achieving what it is that you want to be achieving. So you just have to change it up. When it comes specifically to working out, change your language from look to feel and from what to how. And those are going to be huge, huge, huge things that are going to help propel you forward into achieving the goals that you want to achieve. The next thing that's really helped me out mentally is the 1% rule. And I learned the 1% rule while I was in the Open Jar Institute residency program in fall of 2018. Seems like forever ago. But 1% rule means instead of trying to focus on something and accomplishing a huge amount of things in one day, think about accomplishing 1% of what it is that you want to accomplish every day. So when it comes to working out, start small. Don't expect yourself to do an hour or 90-minute workout if you've never done this before. It's something totally new. Not only can your body not handle it, but you're mentally not going to be able to keep up because you're going to get discouraged really fast because it's going to be a process. And so by thinking of it in 1% increments, you start to slowly build your confidence to where you get to a point where you just are just doing it consistently because you know you're capable now. You see how the mentality shifts with just small changes like that? So start small. Do not feel like you have to go full-fledged bodybuilder working out every day to begin on this journey for yourself. You know, go for a walk for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however much time you have. Just do a few body weight exercises, do a 15-minute circuit that you find online. Whatever it is, just start small. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it really just, it's gonna add up, I promise. So if anything, just start small and see where it goes, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. The next piece of advice that I want to offer for you that's really, really helped me, and it especially has helped me with consistency, is to make a plan. I used to try to do workouts on the fly and just say, oh, whatever I'm feeling that day. And that's true. You should listen to your body and you should know what you're feeling that day. But you're way more likely to be consistent and to be on top of your game when you're doing the physical activity if you have a plan in place. Then you can listen to your body the day of, and if there was something that you were planning on doing that doesn't sound great to your body physically that day, then listen to that. But I'm telling you, when I started to sit down one day a week, on Sunday, I would sit down and I would make a plan for the whole week. This is what I'm gonna do on this day. This is what I'm gonna do on this day. It changed my game. It changed the consistency of how often I was able to be doing my workouts because I just had to think about it one time and then I didn't have to think about it anymore. It was already set in place. Making a plan is something I know a lot of people struggle with because they don't really necessarily know how, because they've never done anything before. But guess what? You gotta start somewhere. So I have linked down below a beginner workout plan that you could do 2 or 3 days a week to get you going. It's probably 20-ish minutes max, 25 if you're including your little warm up and a cool down. But I have linked that down below. I've created it just for you guys who have no idea where to start. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. So go ahead and check that out. If you need help making a plan, that is for you. So you've changed your language, you're thinking about the 1% rule, you've got a plan, so you're ready to rock and roll that way. The next thing you have to do is make it a priority. Pick a time during the day, whether that's gonna be in the morning or in the afternoon or the evening, that you are gonna set aside for yourself and your body to just be present with yourself and your body. And then here's what I want you to do. I want you to notice the other opportunities that come into your life around that time or during that time, and begin to understand which of these opportunities you are going to decide is going to be a negotiable factor for the time that you've set aside for yourself, and which of them are not. Being able to observe the opportunities that come into your life and decide whether or not these things are things that are really valuable to us or things that we use as an excuse to not pursue the priorities we've set in place is a really good tool to be able to understand why we make excuses to the things that we said we wanted to make a priority. And I'm not just talking about, physical fitness related. I'm talking about career. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about fitness. If you don't make it a priority, it's not going to happen for you. By narrowing down the opportunities in our lives that are going to make our priorities negotiable, we eliminate excuses and we set ourselves up for more success in the long run. The last piece of advice I want to offer is something that I still currently struggle with, and it's a day-to-day thing, and that is know it's a process. I used to be an extremely product-oriented person until I realized that by being product-oriented, I was not at all in love with the process. I just wanted what I wanted now, and I know that we live in a society that perpetuates that as well. But it's really important to not only have big goals and dreams and aspirations, but to know and enjoy the process of getting to those things. Not every day is going to be the same, and I don't wake up every day wanting to work out, but what I do know is I want to feel good every day, and I want to work toward feeling good every day, and I know that part of feeling good every day for me is working out. So when I'm able to backtrack and understand that it's part of the process for me to not feel motivated all the time, then I give myself a little bit more grace, and I'm able to endure the process much more and much more consistently. When we learn how to not only endure the process, but to enjoy the process, that is when the magic starts happening, because we're no longer only focused on the product, we're focused on what we're doing right now in this moment to get us to the product. And when we get to the product is gonna be that much more rewarding because we sat in the process and we enjoyed it, and we knew how much hard work it took to get there. I'm telling you, if anything in this video is the most important, please be kind to yourself and know that every single thing you do in this life is a process. If you have any questions about what I talked about in today's video, don't be afraid to drop them below. I would love to answer those and to be in community with you all. I was really excited about making today's video because it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I hope that you were able to get something from today's video that you can take with you into your everyday life, whether that's fitness related or not, that can motivate you and inspire you to live the best life that you possibly can. If you got some inspiration from this video today, share the love, go ahead and click that thumbs up button below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can continue to be a part of this community where we're all just trying to figure this life shit out. Thank you all so much for your love and support, and I am really enjoying making these videos for you guys. And until the next video, have a good one, y'all.